Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
The Mystic Super Late Model Tour rolls into the historic Milwaukee Mile for round 11 of the season, and tonight's race comes with the littlest championship pressure at the top. Adam Holston has officially clinched the Mystic Super Late Model Tour Championship one race early, locking up the title before the season finale. After a season defined by consistency, speed, and strong performances, Holston arrives in Milwaukee as the newly crowned champion. The championship trophy may already have his name on it, but there's still plenty left to fight throughout the rest of the field. And tonight is also more than just round 11. Tonight officially marks Kyle Busch Day, sanctioned by NASCAR, announced this morning. One of the most recognizable and accomplished drivers of his generation, Kyle Busch has built a career around aggressive racing, incredible car control, and finding ways to win just about everywhere he went. Tonight, we celebrate that legacy and the impact Busch had on NASCAR and stock car racing, while bringing a little bit of that rowdy energy right here to the Milwaukee Mile. From the iconic number 18 years to the next chapter of his career behind the wheel. Oh, that's wrong. Whoops. The iconic number 18 years to what finished out his career in the number 8 for Richard Childress Racing, Kyle Busch created countless memories and memorable moments and built one of the most impressive resumes in modern NASCAR history. Throughout tonight's broadcast, we'll be throwing a little bit of rowdy in. The championship may already belong to Adam Holston, but nobody in this field is going to take it easy. The Milwaukee Mile's long straightaways and sweeping corners create a completely different challenge. And with only one racer moving tonight, every driver still has something to prove. Pace car is off. Through the restart zone, we're green. Welcome to the Green Flag Racing Network as we take the green here at the Milwaukee Mile. I'm Robert McKay. Alongside myself tonight is Jonah Espy once again. Hudson can eke out to an early lead here. You see Braxton Weiss down there in third. Jordan Blair sitting there in second.
Got a car around in turn 2. It's already Devin Lyons.
Yeah, Devin Lyons having some difficulty there. You see side by side in front of the 99, this is 14 to 27. Jeffrey Johnson and Dave Billings. Adam Holston side by side with the 15, diving down to the inside of the 27 of Bryson D. Miller.
Yeah, and with that championship being clinched by Holston, we did talk about it a little bit after the race last week, but really all we had mentioned was he just had to race tonight and he had it clinched, and he entered tonight and he's got it.
Braxton Weiss makes the move on Jordan Blair. He moves up to second. Fastest lap going to Hudson Kneep there at 29.594.
Yeah, 100 laps tonight. Stages will be at laps 35 and 70. So definitely not as many laps as we've had the past couple of weeks, but that's mostly because this is a mile-long racetrack. It's going to be about as long still time-wise, and tire-wise as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're pretty much doing the same distance as the races before. But again, this is a mile-long track compared to the half miles, the 3/4 miles, the 5/8 mile that we've been going to over the last few weeks.
Yeah, another thing to mention, 3 drivers are making their Mystic Racing League Super Late Model debut. Those are the number 27 of Bryson D. Miller, the number 14 of Dave Billings, and the number 12 of Jeffrey Johnson.
Yeah, Jordan Blair is going to be a little bit interesting here. He dominated in the late model. It's going to be interesting how he correlates that over to these faster super lates. You see, he's riding with Rowdy there with the 51 on board the side of that race car. Again, today is Kyle Busch Day. Something that NASCAR came up with recently. Today is 8/18, marking the 2 most significant numbers he drove throughout his career. Obviously, he drove the 5 for Hendrick Motorsports back in 2005 to 2008. But he also ran the 18 for Joe Gibbs Racing, that iconic M&M's car, which will be coming back to Bristol with Ty Gibbs, and then the 8 for Richard Childress Racing that he raced right up to the end.
I believe he drove the 5 until 2007, then he switched the 18 in 2008.
Yes.
And then that's when we got the Dale Jr. 88 in 2008.
Dave Billings, Randall Lawrence side by side.
Looks like the leader's already coming up on Devin Lyons. As we mentioned towards the start of on the first lap, he did spin in turn 2, but there was no caution as it didn't really affect anything.
Yeah, tonight we are going to be talking about Kyle Busch a lot. So for the folks at home, if you have any memorable memories or experiences that you want to share, please leave them in the comments. We'll be going through that tonight. We are racing, not for a championship anymore, but we are racing for a win, but we're also racing to remember. In about 10 laps, on lap 18, we will do the Silent Booth's tribute, which you did see on lap 8 in the first few races after the Coke 600.
Yeah, Robert, what's one of your memories of Kyle Busch?
There's 2 that kind of stick out to me. The first one is my first Cup race was 2020 Pocono. That's the race that Busch won without a third gear. That was a pretty memorable one. I trash talked the Kevin Harvick fan next to me and laughed in his face when Busch won. I was 10. Yeah, 10 or 11. And then my favorite memory is in the last year or two of his career at Joe Gibbs Racing. My dad worked for Mars, and if you don't know, Mars owns M&M's. And he was running a Pedigree, the dog food paint scheme at Nashville Super Speedway, because Mars also owns Pedigree. And so he was doing a meet and greet at the national office for Mars Pet Care in Franklin, and I got to meet him. He signed a couple of my stuff. We took pictures. We told him stories. That's probably the most non-rowdy I saw him. I got to see what a lot of the other drivers and team members saw. So, yeah, what's yours?
I mean, I never got the chance to see Kyle win in person. One heartbreaking thing I did see was 2021 New Hampshire NASCAR didn't throw the caution for the rain, and he went up in the wall. That was heartbreaking, especially with one of my little brothers being a Kyle Busch fan. It was truly heartbreaking.
I was at the 2022 Bristol cutoff race for the playoffs, where he blew the motor and got cut out. I was furious. I was so mad when he blew the motor, because he'd been doing that for the entire season. He kept blowing motors. Those Joe Gibbs motors were so unreliable the first year of the next gen.
Yeah, sadly, like I said, I never got to see Kyle win, but I saw a few drivers win, like Chase Elliott. Like, I saw Chase, I think he won, I think it was Road America 2022. Like, last race I saw Kyle drive, it would have been, I would have seen him at Coronado this year, and Iowa, but sadly, it wasn't meant to be.
I was supposed to see him at, we were going to go to the Coke 600, but we were going to go to the Coke 600, say a few days before, go to all the tracks, and we had a plan and everything, but just, I forget what it was. Something came up where we couldn't do it, and we would have been, like, we look back at the schedule, we would have been at the RCR shop when the news broke.
Jeez. They probably would have had the shop closed, honestly, for the day.
I think they did after, yeah.
I do remember, I think it was 2020, the fall, or 2021. Fall of 2021, my dad, he had done a season of Legends car racing, and so we went down to Charlotte to go to the Legends Nationals because he was competing for the semi-pro road course championship, and we went to the KBM shop. And it was pretty cool to see the KBM shop.
And now it's the Spire shop.
Towards the end of KBM, as Hudson Knipe comes through 3 and 4, about to start lap 18.
Lap 18 in the books. 81 to go.
I got chills on that lap. One driver that we've seen almost the whole season, he's been running the same scheme all year. It's the Rowdy Energy Toyota. And that is Brandon Willard. Always just repping Kyle Busch all year long. I have the same scheme running when I run in super late models. I had been running that scheme for years.
I remember.
Wasn't it the Snowball Derby?
Yeah. Rowdy Energy was my first energy drink, and I just drank it because it was Kyle Busch's. I'm gonna be
It was my
honest, they
mom's.
tasted terrible. They tasted terrible. I hate to admit it, but if Kyle Busch wasn't, the main guy behind it, I would never have drinking them. They were terrible. No wonder they found lead in them.
I mean, most energy drinks, in my opinion, are. I mean, I've never had
depends.
it. I've never had any. I have 2 in my possession, but I've never had any.
I pretty much I'm not going to drink this one, but I have the Circle K promotion with Red Bull, Connor's Zillish, and SVG. I have that
one too.
I have that can sitting on my desk. I waited weeks. I waited weeks for that to come out at my gas station.
Honestly, I didn't even know those were out until I went to one right before I moved out to Arizona from California. I just stopped at a gas station to get some gas, went inside, and I
15, 27 up high. 15 given the bumper early on, lap 22. Andrew Warner up to 7th.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have the Zillich Gisbergen one, and I also have the Verstappen Perez.
I want that one
as well.
Side by side, Adam Holson.
Never will open them because I don't want energy drinks. So.
Well, 24 Devin Lyons, he's up high, currently 2 laps down.
Yeah, he's just like all season. He's done every single race, doing every single race, he's 5th in points. But he's struggled almost every single week.
And
he's up in the wall.
Devin Lyons really struggling to find speed. Now he's up in those marbles, right? That's definitely not helping his tire situation there.
Yeah. I mean,
Andrew Show, Michael Wade side by side.
I know most of the time you're not supposed to be comparing drivers in one league to drivers in another league, but if I had to compare this to BRRA, Adam Holson would be like Travis Farmer, consistent in winning the championship early, and Devin Lyons, sadly, he'd be like Cohen Haas. He's there every week, but he struggles every week.
But he's learned, right?
Nah.
He's learned. Comparing it to round one of the street stocks. Devin Lyons has greatly improved, and it's been awesome kind of seeing this journey where he is getting better. He is not the fastest driver on track, right? He's still...
You can only get better by doing.
Exactly. Track time is key.
That's why I'm always on the service. I mean, but here's the thing, for me, I'm always on the service, but I'm always racing different cars, different tracks. I'm just always racing different stuff. I'll be racing... 1 hour I'll be racing V8 supercars at Watkins Glen, and then 2 hours later I'm running Indy cars at Homestead, and it's it's fun.
Under 10 to go here, stage number 1. Drivers keeping it clean and green.
Yeah, Tommy Ryan not being here tonight, that has given the chance for Brandon Willard and Braxton DeWeese to pass him up for second. And Braxton DeWeese, he's only 10 points behind Willard, and he's 58 points behind Ryan. So DeWeese could easily, even though he only is going to do around half the season, he can easily get second place in the points, especially with him running in second.
This pack back here is still battling hard. Michael Wade, Andrew Warner. Or Michael Wade, Andrew Shobin out of Poston. They're still duking it out.
Yeah. And Jeffrey Johnson, who is making his Mystic Super Late Model debut, has officially just gone 1 lap down. And if he stays like this, which it looks like Hudson, looking at the track map, he's more than a straight behind 11th. So I think Jeffrey is going to easily lock up the lucky dog for the next caution. And unlike last week at Southern, I don't think we have any risk of drivers getting lapped by pitting. The track's just too long.
Yeah, if that happens, we got some problems.
Yeah, if you go a lap down under caution, it's probably because you broke your car. But yeah, like some drivers, Jordan Blair, this is his second race of the year. Hudson Knipe, this is his second race of the year. They are just that good to be running up front with it just being their second races of the year. And, I mean, for Jordan, it's been a longer time. What was it? The start of the year that he ran? And Hudson made his first race last week.
Yeah.
Now those two, they are 6 points apart. Hudson and Jordan.
Whoa! Brandon Willard real loose out of 2. He saves it.
Got 5 to go on the stage. Hudson and Jordan, they are only 6 points apart. They're back in 32nd and 33rd in the point standings with only doing 1 race, but they are 6 points apart. So that's going to be an interesting battle potentially. Yet, yes, it's not even. It's probably not even going to be for a top 20. I mean, maybe a top 25 if they do enough races. Because, I mean, in the top 12 drivers, top 12 drivers in the points, only 5 of them are here tonight. And then the other drivers are 15th, 20th, 27th, 32nd, 33rd, 36th, and then the 3 drivers that are making their debut. So, not a lot of regulars that are here tonight. I mean, like Andrew Schob. Schob, he's 11th, but he could easily make it up to 8th if he runs decent tonight.
And again, right? We had the schedule change. We moved from Monday nights to Tuesday nights. That definitely threw a wrench in a lot of drivers' plans. So a lot has changed over the course of the season. What's going to be interesting, though, is when we go down to one, I can't think of the word. One series going into the third and final leg of the 2026 Mystic Short Track League Series. We've had the Street Stocks and the Limited Lates, and now we have the Legends and the Super Lates. And to round out the season, we will have the Modifieds. May have something else in the works, though. Stay tuned for that. So it's also going to be interesting.
Might be fun as if they did the wheel mods and the mini stocks, because the mini stocks, those are fun. Especially like you could throw in some dirt races in there with the dirt mini stock if you wanted to. I mean, I know they didn't. Did they do that for the Legends?
No.
I mean, if they want, you could throw in.
The Green Flag Racing Network has never ventured into dirt racing before. Side by side here, 69. Oops, excuse me, 69 to 15.
Here comes Knipe off turn 4, going to be winning stage 1. Just like that. That was quick.
Yeah, off turn 4. It's Huston Knipe for stage number 1. He dominates. Braxton Weiss coming home 2nd. Jordan Blair 3rd. Lagoshin's out. First caution of the night for the stage.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. Some drivers might take 2 tires. Others might take 4. The pace car is booking it around here. Oh, and there it goes, checking up big time. It was booking it at like 100 miles an hour. Here comes the drivers down into the pit lane. So as we mentioned before the stage, Jeffrey Johnson's going to be getting the lucky dog, being the first car 1 lap down. Yeah, definitely the modifieds. Those will be interesting to watch, and I might consider racing if I wanted to. It looks like Hudson Knipe is going to be the first driver off pit lane. DeWeese is 2nd. I think those 2 got 2 tires. Everyone else, I think, got 4. As Jordan Blair, he's just now getting off? Not yet. Holston and Wade are going to pass him up, and Warner. So Blair's going to come out in P6. Willard gains a spot. Miller gains a spot. Billings gains a spot. Keim gains a spot. And Andrew Schob. He better hurry. He's about to get lapped.
Whoa!
Schob's going to make it. Jeffrey Johnson's going to go a lap down, though. He gets the lucky dog, but he doesn't beat the pace car.
I think he was getting some of that damage fixed. Letting the field pass here.
Can't tell if we're doubling up or not. Yeah, lights are off on the pace car. So we're getting ready to go green. So Bryson Miller, Dave Billings, they got their first stage points of their Mystic Racing career. Well, in the super late models. I don't know. I only pay attention to the super late models. I don't know if they raced anything else. Pace car. Oh, we're getting another lap.
All right, pace car rolling around here. We're going to race to the end of stage number 2. Stage number 2 is going to come at the end of lap... Well, that's the wrong number. Lap 70. Green flag's out. We're racing for stage 2. Good jump there by Hudson Kniep, getting out to the lead over Braxton Weiss. Adam Holson. Michael Wade side by side. Adam Holson now up to third, your champion. Side by side, Jordan Blair, Andrew Warner. Something interesting, too, about Adam Holson is that he won the late model championship, too. So he has swept the late model championships here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. Something very hard to do. Took a lot of consistency and a lot of work from that O2 machine. Didn't come in as glorious fashion as the late model one did. He did win some races in the late models. Adam Holson still looking for that first super late win.
Yeah, I mean, one thing, like, consistency is key. He's pulling a Matt Kenseth, 2003.
Exactly.
Ain't gonna win that much, but...
And that's why they did the chase, which turned into a spiral from the chase to the playoffs. Thankfully, we're back to the chase. Maybe at some point we'll get a full season format.
Maybe. But definitely, Matt Kenseth, Adam Olsen got something similar in the way they race. Like, you got drivers like in this league, Hudson Knight, Braxton Weiss, I think Jordan Blair. Like, they'll win races, but they ain't here the whole season. And that's one thing with these kind of leagues is you gotta show up if you want to win the championship. If you don't show up, it's not going to happen. As Hudson Knight gets the fastest lap with a 29.493. And Luis, unlike the start, he was able to keep his second place spot, and he's hounding the back end of Hudson Knight. But yeah, definitely very interesting race, as I think... No. So with Hudson's fastest lap, he was only 300ths off his qualifying time, which, I mean, that is pretty impressive. Yeah, Knight has been dominating this race. If he leads until, completion of lap 50 halfway, I think he's going to secure the most laps led bonus points, which almost will guarantee he came into this race 6 points ahead of Jordan Blair, down in 30 seconds. It almost is going to potentially guarantee him beating Jordan Blair in the points going into next week. Now, with with Ryan not being here tonight, that allowed Brandon Willard and Braxton Deweese, I think we mentioned it earlier, a chance to beat him. And I think with those stage points, Deweese got... Deweese got 9. Willard
Already
got
back to talking about points.
4. Yeah, I mean, Deweese, he came into this race 10 points behind Willard after stage 1. He's only 5.
Side by side
So
here,
let's
Michael Wade, Jordan Blair, Bryson Miller, Brandon Willard, Reggie Kim. Oh, 3 wide back here. Oh boy, with the lapper.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Jeffrey Johnson, he's got pace. He just is a lap down.
Whoa!
Oh, we got a wreck.
Brandon Willard, Bryson D. Miller down at the bottom.
Is there
We
going to
stay
be
green.
a caution? No caution? Wow.
We stay green. We'll take a look at the replay as soon as we can here. Michael Wade, Jordan Blair, they're battling side by side for position. We're going to keep an eye on this, and then we will take a look at that replay. Still side by side.
So yeah, with the championship locked up, really our focus shifts to second. Who will get second? There are 3 drivers going for second. I think Devin Lyons is going to secure that 5th spot because he's over 100 points ahead of any driver that wasn't. He's over 100 points ahead of any driver that isn't Adam Holston, Brandon Willard, and Braxton Deweese that is in this race. And so Devin Lyons, even though he's going to finish 13th, that is still... Hold on, let me do the math because I don't have...
I am hearing way too much math. I've been doing math all day. Anyway.
Yeah, me too. My head hurts.
Side by side here, the 5 and the 69. Whoa, 5, real loose there. Yeah, approaching here the end of stage 2. The end of stage 2 comes on lap 70. Got about 19 to go.
Well, I know you hate that I keep talking about points. But I'd just like to mention, Hudson Knipes locked in the most laps led bonus points. Along with pole and leading a lap. That's 15 bonus points. I think under caution, Deweese maybe led a lap when they were side by side. I don't know if that'll count post-race, but maybe if you wanted to make sure they get the lap led bonus points, you'd have to get around them.
He did lead a lap.
Yeah, I think it was under caution. They were like side by side, and he like just barely beat him in the line. I think I may have done something like that a couple times in BRRA. And got denied the bonus points for a lap lead. Honestly, just denied any lap lead as Jeffrey Johnson's back into the pit lane.
Jeffrey Johnson parking it here. That's going to be it. That's going to be all I wrote for the 27. Side by side here, though, it's Michael Wade. Or actually, that's not side by side. That's Devin Lyons.
Yeah, it's Devin Lyons. It's just Devin Lyons says, yes, Jeffrey Johnson has officially DNF'd from the race. Have we heard from Devin Lyons all season in this booth?
Yeah, we did once.
When was that again?
We brought him in. I talked to him for a while. It was a few weeks ago.
Was it because he was in the back?
No, which one talked to him?
Huh. Yeah. Just like Cody Ware. Eventually you gotta interview him. You know, Cody Ware, he gets a lot of hate. He's a pretty chill dude, though. I mean, the hate, I guess it's partially warranted for the legal stuff, but that's about all I'll have to say. But I met him at Coronado. He's pretty chill. He was surprised when I asked for a selfie. Because, like...
There's some Cody Ware fans out there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I'll root for Cody Ware I'll root for the back markers on super speedways.
Fair.
And then I'll hate Cody Ware for what happened at Kansas. Like, that. Unless it's Quinn Half. Quinn Half, he's a back marker that's pretty not good. Even at super speedways, he wasn't good.
Quinn Half?
Yeah, I'll root for BJ McLeod. He's one of my favorite drivers. He's my favorite driver that isn't full time. Yeah, BJ McLeod, Greg Van Alst, Andy Jankowiak. They got one thing in common. They're really good or a couple things in common. They're really good at super speedways. They got awesome personalities, and they do good and not so good equipment. And that's why I like all three of them. Because they remind me of myself, doing good and not so good equipment.
Everyone has the same equipment on iRacing, gang.
I race in real life.
Anyway,
sometimes it feels...
11 to go here.
Well, what about open setup races, though? I've won, like, 2 open setup NIS races with a fixed setup.
Or races.
They were at...
Yeah,
one was at Talladega.
Yeah.
The other...
Here, stage number 2.
The other was at Martinsville. But, I mean, that week I was on fire. I won 2 fixed races as well. So, I understood it that week. Yeah, pretty clean race today. Not much bumper-to-bumper action. As it looks like 2 drivers ahead of the leaders. That's Bryson Miller and Brandon Willard. Those 2, they spun earlier. They're battling for 10th, which is the final stage point as well as trying to stay on the lead lap. Coming at 8 to go this time by in the stage. And if they both get lapped, they're going to be fighting for that lucky dog. Now, one driver, he entered the race, he did some practice laps, and then he didn't qualify, and he didn't end up starting the race, and that was Brandon Medeiros, as it looks like the leader is going to pass both of them in one move.
Now Hudson Kneat making quick work of these drivers trying to come a lap down here.
Yeah, I was actually pretty good with the fact that those 2, they're battling each other for position as DeWeese is working his way around to both. Oh! Contact between the 2 lap cars!
99, it's Brandon Willard around, cautions out.
I have a feeling he was slowing down to let Braxton DeWeese by, and I have a feeling that Bryson Miller may have gone into the back of him. That will give the lucky dog to Devin Lyons, because he wasn't involved in the crash, so he's going to go from 4 down to 3 down.
Take a look at the replay.
So it looks like almost in the wall.
He is in the wall.
Oh, and then he got in the wall. And
it's a little bit of net code right there.
coming to 5 to go in the stage. I think nobody can come in to get tires. And the pace car lights are still on, which I mean, I think we'll restart with 3 to go in the stage.
Gonna have a little bit of a battle here for the end of the stage.
With that math, because we just got probably 2 to green. Here at 5 to go in there, so we'll get 1 to green and 4 to go, and we'll go green with 3 in the stage. So it's not over here in stage number 2. I was getting ready to write off Hudson Kniep as the stage 2 winner, but nope.
Yeah, you see a bunch of the drivers kind of coming down to the bottom of the racetrack there, maybe trying to avoid those marbles. The lights on the pace car are off. We're going to take the green with 3 to go, stage number 2.
Now, if someone in that second row gets a good launch, I would think they might go 3 wide into turn 1. There's room. I did an IndyCar race at Milwaukee once. I think it was I did a C Open race trucks here, and I put on fresh tires, and I passed like 10 cars on a green light checkered just by ripping around the outside. As pace car is off. Great jump for Hudson Knight. Oh, yeah. Is that Devin Lines in the wall back there?
Side by side throughout the field, racing for positions here for stage number 2.
They're side by side for third. Going into turn 3. Braxton DeWeese trying to get to Hudson Knight for the lead. You see, going into the corner, DeWeese, he had a little bit of a wider entry so he could chop down and get as much speed as possible down the front straightaway. With 2 to go here in the stage.
Edgy came Andrew Warner, they're battling it out.
We got Michael Wade now entering the battle for third. They're still, I think, side by side. Yeah. We got last lap here on the stage. And off turn 4.
Hudson Kniep is going to get it. Hudson Kniep sweeps the stages and wins in stage number 2.
And there's the stage caution. Jordan Blair got just barely got ahead of Adam Holson at the line. So it's the same top 5 between the stages. Andrew Warner had a little bit of a droppage, but which allowed Andrew Schob to go up. Willings went up in the positions. Time. Warner down. As Brandon Willard missed out on stage points and DeWeese getting 9 points, he's now 4 points ahead of Willard. So, officially here at the end of the second stage, Deweese has passed Brandon Willard. Be up to the finishing positions as pit lane is open.
All right, let's see what the strats are. We saw
Now,
Braxton Deweese with that awesome strat last week. Are we going to see that this week?
I think under the last stage, the top two, they got out in front of everybody really early. So I want to say they got 2 tires last time. Will they do the whole race on left sides?
Oh! Jordan Blair wins it off pit road.
And Hudson Knipe loses 3 spots on the pit lane. Wow. I did not see that coming.
What a pit stop for the 4 machine. You know, didn't pit
like...
Andrew Warner trying to get a lap back.
Ooh. Well, Warner's on the lead lap. So Warner's going to be the leader. Oh boy. Bryson Miller got the lucky dog. But yeah, Andrew Warner is going to be the leader for the restart. As we will have 26 laps left in this race. So they're doubling up. So yeah, an interesting call. Andrew Warner stays out, so he is on no fresh tires. And almost everybody else got 2 tires. There may have been a couple drivers that got 4, I don't know. Yeah, looks like Bryson Miller is still in the pit lane. He might be fixing damage from his incident with Brandon Willard.
All right, pace car pulling off here. Green flag out. We're racing.
And Deweese, oh, contact!
Oh, Braxton Deweese
saves it!
What?
No! Oh! That might be game over.
I don't think he saved it.
I forgot that there was a tire bundle down there. He was gonna save it, but then there's a wall that pops out for the safety.
You see him making contact there with the 4. Let's ride on board here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure the wall pops out there.
Making contact. Oh yeah, nowhere to go.
Wall pops out. That's bad design by Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Mile, Milwaukee Fairgrounds. So, well, I think his chances at second in the points may have just gone up in smoke.
Yeah, that's a horribly damaged 8 machine.
I mean, with stage points and the bonus points for leading a lap, he did gain 23 bonus points total. It was 18 stage points and then 5 bonus points for leading a lap. And then I think if he does DNF, he will finish 12th. So that'll give him another 35 points, I believe. So that's going to be 58 points shaved off on that gap to second. So we got and he came in. He's only going to be minus 30 points behind. He'll only be 30 points out. Well, if we did mid-race interviews, it'd be a great time.
Yeah, gonna take the green here with about 20 to go in stage number 2. All right, pace car is off. The 4 and the 2 lead the field green, and we're racing again. See Jordan and Blair going all the way down to the bottom.
And there goes Hudson Knipe for the lead.
Yeah, side by side here. Hudson Knipe is not looking to take over this lead.
Yeah, and if my math is correct, and he does get those 5 bonus points for leading a lap, as a big slide for Michael Wade. I know you hate me talking about points, but I believe if he does get those 5 bonus points for leading lap, Braxton DeWeese will be tied with Ryan. So that's a tie, and then I think Willard, he's going to need to have a good finish for Willard because he only got 4 stage points.
Adam Holston with the fastest lap.
Yeah. And now that brings the fastest lap within 1/100th of the pole time. The previous fastest lap was within 3. Andrew Warner is half a lap behind the field, almost 3/4 of the lap, as another fastest lap. That's Hudson Knipe. And that will beat the pole time by 7/100th of a second. As it looks like Jordan Blair got on the wall a little bit off turn 2.
Yeah, Hudson Knipe on a roll, starting to pull away from Jordan Blair here a bit.
And as we are racing here at the Milwaukee Mile, the NASCAR Truck Series, the NASCAR Cup Series IRL will be heading to the Magic Mile in New England.
Oh boy.
And we mentioned it earlier, 5 years ago. It's the 5-year anniversary of Kyle Busch getting screwed over by NASCAR. Yeah. But Eric Almirola won the race in 2021. It got shortened by 8 laps, so he beat Christopher Bell. And I think that could have been Bell's first career win, because then he ended up getting his actual first career win at Daytona, I believe, like 4 or 5 weeks later. But yeah. As Jordan Blair is not fading away from Hudson Knipe. Yeah, so with Braxton DeWeese, he's going to finish 12th. That is going to be 35 points added on to his 23 points. It's 58 points, which is still a good points day. And he was 58 points behind, was it Tyler Ryan going into this race, so he will be tied for, I think it will be tied for second, unless Brandon Willard goes and finishes in the top 2. If he finishes second, he will be 1 point ahead of Deweese and Ryan. If he wins the race, he'll be 6 points ahead. But if he wins the race, that means he led a lap, which would mean he's 11 points ahead. But as we are running right now, Willard, he would only be getting 9th place points, which would mean he'd be 6 points back from Deweese. So, definitely, it's going to be interesting next week for the season finale at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Hudson Knipe, he's pulled to a 8/10 lead. As next time around, it will be 10 laps remaining. We did get some technical difficulties up here in the booth with Robert's mic, so hopefully that will get fixed before the end of this race, as Hudson Knipe is coming up on Devin Lyons and Andrew Warner. Lyons, he's already 3 laps down, and Warner is still on the lead lap. But that'll put Lyons 4 down and Warner 1 lap down, with 9 laps to go here at the Milwaukee Mile. As Devin Lyons, what is he doing? I think he was trying to get out of the way of Hudson Knipe. Wow. Obviously, me being a separate entity in the booth, Robert's got one camera. I'm looking at something different as well. I'm looking at both his POV of what he's looking at and what I am looking at. And so that's why I was able to see Hudson Knipe. And so Lyons, he faded down on the back straightaway as if he was going to try and let Hudson Knipe by while Hudson Knipe was going to lap him. And so there was some contact, and that put Devin Lyons up into the wall a little bit. But we stay green, as it looks like Knipe is a third of a straightaway behind Warner, so I don't know if Warner will be going a lap down as we come to 6 laps remaining in the Milwaukee Mile. 6 laps, 6 miles. As the field is pretty spread out. The closest battle, it looks like, on track is between Adam Holston and Michael Wade for 3rd, and even then that is only within a quarter seconds. All other gaps are much, much bigger than that. So this field, with it being a big track, drivers are getting spread out. As for lap times, at the start of the run, Knipe was able to set a 29.352, which was the fastest lap. He is running half a second slower. Half second fall off with 5 laps to go.
Yeah, 5 to go in the books here. You see Michael Wade currently the closest. Yeah, Michael Wade currently the closest man we have on track.
Yeah, it looks like Brandon Willard's gonna finish 9th, which I know you, like I said earlier, you hate me talking points.
I don't hate you, it's just a lot of points.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be with Deweese's points I believe, unless his 5 bonus points for leading a lap under caution doesn't count, Deweese will be tied with Ryan for second, and Willard will be 6 points back. If Deweese gets denied those 5 bonus points, he will be 5 points behind Ryan, and Willard will be 6 points back, which is still a really close battle. In which I think, in my opinion, Deweese will, as long as he shows up next week and he doesn't crash, I think he can get second place in the points.
Alrighty. 2 to go here for Hudson Kniep.
2 laps. Last week he dominated stage 1 just to get beat by Deweese on the pit lane, and Deweese went to victory lane. This time, Kniep dominates, leading all but about 10 laps, 15 laps?
Yeah, 10, 15 laps. Coming out of turn 4, taking the white flag. 1 more lap to go for Hudson Kniep. As you said, what domination it's been by this 2 machine. The 4 has tried. He's a multi-race winner in the late models. Braxton Deweese, the driver that's dominated all season long, tried, but none of them could beat the 2 of Hudson Kniep in that AT Designs Chevrolet Camaro, coming down the backstretch for the final time here at the Milwaukee Mile. Coming out of 3 and 4. Devin Lyons in the wall.
Lyons up in the wall. Jeez, what is
time to write his name into the history books. Coming out of turn 4, Hudson Kniep. He wins at the Milwaukee Mile.
And he gets his first Mystic Racing Super Late Model win in his second start.
That's fitting. The 2 getting a second win, or first win in his second start. Oh, Devin Lyons taking out the leader.
That's gonna be frowned upon.
Seems to be all right, though.
That was messed up. While you were having technical issues, I did mention to the folks at home that there was some contact while Kniep was lapping Lyons.
I did see that, yeah.
That could be what sparked it, but that was not right. He was 3 laps down when he was getting laps, and he should not be mad that there was contact. As here comes Hudson Kniep to the front straightaway, and he's gonna burn it down.
Burning it down here at the Milwaukee Mile. What a race it was.
Fashion.
Yeah, what a race it was for this 2 machine.
Race.
Take a look at the finishing results here from the Milwaukee Mile. Hudson Kniep with the win. Jordan Blair, Adam Holson rounding out your podium. Michael Wade, Andrew Schob, your top 5. Dave Billings, Bryson D. Miller, Reggie Kim, Brandon Willard, Andrew Warner, your top 10. And then Devin Lyons, Braxton Deweese, Jeffrey Johnson, and Brendan Menderos rounding out your field.
Yeah, so officially, Ryan and Deweese will be tied going into Nashville, and Willard will be 6 points out of the second place spots. I think we should interview second, first, and then our champion. Our champion finished third.
Our champion will be interviewed for his championship interview next week at the season finale.
Okay. But his third place interview.
All right, let's take a look at the replay first between the 2 and the 24 here.
Yeah, it was pretty messed up. I don't think I've ever done something that dumb.
That's saying, Lux. You've done some pretty dumb stuff.
Yeah, that was Cohen Haas levels. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If I was the owner of this league, that's really bad.
That's something that they'll definitely need to work on. Let's bring in third place here, Adam Holson.
I think last week.
Adam Holson. It's Robert McKay, Jonah SP here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, coming home third, but more importantly, snatching the Super Late Model Championship. How's it feel to get it done here in Milwaukee?
Feels pretty good. I'm still looking for that first win on the season, but if we don't need to win for the championship, then I won't complain. So, um, but that would be 2 in a row on the super late models. So I'm ecstatic. I'm ready for next year. Maybe go for 3.
Yeah, the king of consistency. Definitely not having the winning season like you did with the late models. But coming out here, being consistent, showing up, even with the schedule changes. How do you think consistency played into that?
Yeah, it definitely played a big part of it. Just being at all the races, getting a lot of podiums, really. No wins, but a lot of podiums, a lot of top 5s and stuff. So the consistency definitely played a big part in that one.
Yeah, and we mentioned earlier in the broadcast how you were having a Matt Kenseth 2003-esque season where you weren't winning, but you were consistent enough to clinch the championship early.
Yeah, I definitely think I wish a couple of the competitors could have made a couple more races maybe. It would have been a lot closer of a season, but I don't want to take away from my season either. I definitely had a consistent season and was up front in a lot of these races. So I just wish to see how it would have really played out.
Yeah, well, you got it done coming home with the championship. We'll fully talk about it next week at the historic Nashville Fairground Speedway. But until then, we'll see you there. Take care.
All right, thank you.
Coming home second, Jordan Blair. Let's bring him in. Jordan Blair, it's Robert McKay, Jonah Espy here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
All right, it's been a while. Coming here, making a super late model start, coming home with a second, just not been able to outbeat Hudson Kniep. How's it feel?
Pretty good. It's only the second one I've done this season. Yeah, Hudson Knight, man, he's pretty fast. I was it was really his race all race long, and definitely pretty tough to beat him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, he just dominated the entire race. You had that pitch strategy on him, but it didn't work out in your favor. Overall, great race for you, and hopefully we'll see you more often.
Yeah, like I said, the pit strategy. I thought I might have something for him there, and then we kind of got messed up. The guy leading jumped start, and then we all kind of jumbled up. And I want to apologize to, I think his name's Braxton in the 8. I got free on entry and just kind of came down and touched doors with him. But yeah, maybe back some other time.
Yeah, well,
he got unlucky.
Yeah,
he got unlucky because there was a little out part of the wall for safety vehicles, which he just barely got.
Yeah, I know it probably pissed him off. It would have pissed me off, so I just want to go ahead and apologize. So, anyways.
Yeah, well, we'll see you when the next time comes. Take care, and see you then.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, winning on a second start, Hudson Kniep. What a domination event from you. It's Robert McKay, Jonah Espy here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes.
All right, well, what a race, man. Dominating the entire race, winning stage 1, winning stage 2, passing Jordan Blair there on that strategy. How's it feel?
Yeah, it feels good. Felt like I played my strategy better this week and kind of had a slow pit stop there, but the way the cars kind of fell out and the cautions there at the end helped me out.
Yeah, well, it all culminated home for a dominant win. Wrapping up the season next week at the historic Nashville Fairground Speedway. How do you think you carry this momentum into next week?
Yeah, I like Nashville and been there a lot, so hopefully I can make it out and do good.
All right, well, we'll see you then. Take care.
Thank you.
All right,
Now,
folks.
Fun little fact. I know this sounds weird, but on the topic of Kyle Busch, it was then the ARCA Remax series back. He drove in 2002, 3, and 4. Yeah, he drove from 2002 to 2004. Well, he made his first starts in 2002, and he finished 12th. He made his second start in 2003 at the Nashville Super Speedway, and you know what he did?
Won.
He won.
Well,
Just like Hudson Knight. I know super late models, ARCA, it's not the same thing, but like
It's also not the
still.
same track.
Still. Second start.
At a Nashville track. I understand. I get it. So we are going to not the Nashville Super Speedway. That's up in Lebanon, Tennessee. That is where NASCAR races. We are going to my home track, the historic second oldest racetrack in the country, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, to wrap up what's been an incredible 2 seasons of racing. Going to be in the heart of Nashville. We're going to see...
Save the fairgrounds!
We're going to see Adam Holston officially being crowned the champion. We will be talking about the Save the Fairgrounds movement and the Decline to Sign movement. A lot of controversy surrounding the fairgrounds with a certain soccer team I'm not going to talk about. But we will dive more into that next week across the Legends and the Super Lates, and it's going to be interesting to see what you and Colin Grace think about what's kind of going on in Nashville. So do your research, especially for the folks at home. Do your research. It's happening with short tracks around the country. It's just the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway is in a little bit more of a light. Jonah Espy, before we go, who's your driver of the week?
I'll say my driver of the week, Hudson Knipe. Absolute domination here in Milwaukee.
I'm gonna go with Adam Holston, our champion. Comes home with the championship. Finished his third and ran good in the Legends race. Overall, my driver of the week. And with that does conclude tonight's event from the Milwaukee Mile here on the Green Flag Racing Network. As always, I'm Robert McKay. Alongside myself is Jonah Espy. We'll see you next week as, again, we head to my favorite short track in the entire country. The one, the only, the historic, the dangerous Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. We'll see you then. Take care, folks.